Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Stellaris. We are in the process of rapidly expanding towards this border so that we've got as much potential territory as we can have against the Zarfatu entity. We're not so much against them, we are xenophobic, but we don't want them to expand and completely box us in. So that's our primary goal at the moment. Secondary things that we've got going on, we've got more exploration down here. We have plenty of archaeology sites claiming systems with good resources. And we are expanding our colonies. This is pretty good. In terms of population, we are up to 6k pops. So it is gradually increasing. I would like it to go up faster. But unfortunately, we are kind of bound by the rates of population growth. Main reason I want it to go up faster is so that we can start assigning people into other jobs, get more researchers, and boost our research and stuff that way. At the moment, our research, we are predominantly getting society research. This has come along quite well recently, in no part due to the various things we have in our collection. We've got 26, 13, 7... society research coming in there. We've got 11 coming in up here for the physics research and 11 for the engineering down the bottom. So our collection is definitely providing us some dividends. Right, let's unpause and carry on. We do have a storm in the area at the moment, but we've got so much unity coming in. We're rapidly advancing through the traditions. And actually, I'm a little curious. Let's keep it on slow for a second. Let's check where we are in terms of victory.
We sense something of interest.
We are behind our neighbours. That's where we are. Right, well that put me in my place. We have an anomaly in Mela. It's a really easy one to get. That's going to be 55 days. Go ahead and investigate that. It is asteroid waves. The asteroid AR2111 is emitting some form of radiation in controlled bursts. Is someone or something trying to communicate with us? Well, maybe, but we'll dig into it and find out. In terms of nefarious projects that we have going on, we've just delved into the Shroud, so it's going to be a while before we can do that again. We have some observation posts set up at Quackluck 1. That is going to lead us to smuggling their population off into our empire, and then we're going to start doing experimentation on them. That's the plan. It's going to cost influence to do it, but I think it's going to be fun and certainly on theme for us. We can keep them in the dark. We can spread disinformation to try and keep them in the medieval age. Right, regardless. The thing was a gravity crush. The Starseer John Lerman's survey of the asteroid is temporarily halted as a probe is caught by an errant gravitational anomaly. The probe manages to transmit some data before it's brutally crushed by the extreme forces that completely dissipate soon after. Well, that's a nice bit of physics research. Bit of a surprise, though.
Another eye has opened.
Solar remediation is done. Let's push on. And let's actually have a think about this. Improving our capacity would probably be quite good in terms of our society development. However, telepathy that would give us a psionic army which has 50% collateral damage. What? That is a nuts thing. Does it lead to anything else? It doesn't look like it does. Let's leave it there for the moment. It's not going to provide us immediate benefits. Slave armies, we don't want those. Abominations, probably don't want those. See, I don't think we really want slaves. We do want to steal the population, but we're going to immediately treat them as criminals. So let's avoid neural implants and we'll go with colonial centralization. You must be nearly done with this place now. Yeah, it looks like 1 or 2 more places to scan. We do have quite a lot of alloys. Let's boost up our fleet. We could do a little better than that. Let's go up to 5 frigates. Actually, before we completely do that, I did say we were going to have a look at this. Because we have shield hardening naturally, I think it makes more sense for us to lean into shields as a whole rather than armor. We can't do it entirely because we don't have the power. That's fine. So no revision of that just yet. As for the corvettes, we've still got a little. Yeah, we could swap over the armor. If we swap you over, and the plasma throwers are bad on shield, but good on armor and hull. Let's lean into being anti-armor. Actually, you know what? We'll split it for the moment until we know precisely what we're targeting. Actually, a lot of the things that we're facing at the moment are spaceborne entities. So yeah, let's. Oh, it doesn't have enough power doing that. Fine. We'll just stick with having revive. Actually, you know what? We'll keep the nanocomposite armor and we will change one of these over. Both of them over. There we go. So we're not leaning into the armor hardening as I wanted, but we are changing over our weapons. Back to the fleet manager. Let's reinforce and we'll get them upgrading. Yeah, their fleet power is bigger than ours.
Something disturbs the pattern.
That's why I want to make sure we're keeping high so that they don't think we're an easy target. Sensors report a shipwreck of unidentified origin has been sighted in Menship B. Go ahead and investigate that.
A new body is fully known.
A mailer has been taken. Alright. Carry on. We will take this new system and continue our relentless expansion. While observing the local population of Quackluck 1, our away team have come across an interesting discovery. The capital city is abuzz with talk of a chosen one who's reportedly descended from the stars to fulfill an ancient prophecy and lead the Albanians into a new golden age. All our personnel are accounted for, so whoever it is that's visiting the planet, they're worth investigating further, indeed.
Our knowledge expands.
More research is done. Yay! We can do our edicts for capacity subsidies and things like that. Yeah, we could go for the cosmic weather models now. Although fusion reactor would give us better ships immediately. So let's do that. With our research. Yeah, let's put the edicts on right now. At last, we have edicts that we can actually just spend using our edicts fund. Capacity subsidies. This is going to give us 50% more energy credits from technicians. It costs a little bit to keep them going, but that's not a problem for us. Let's not do any specific campaigns just yet, but it is a little tempting to do an education campaign. Right. Up in the Dathana system, we found some fossilized remains. The excavation of the ancient structure found near the valley's entrance is proceeding according to plan. Many artifacts have been discovered, most of which seem to be variations of hunting weapons and trophies. A partially translated sign, which appears to denote the name of the structure, reads Valley of Macval, Hunting Lodge Primus. Okay, that gave us a few artifacts. Can we do a religious revelation yet? Not yet. Oh, we have a lot of energy credits coming in now. So you know what? Let's put on the education campaign. It's going to cost us 9, but it's going to give us more leader experience. And I could do the fear campaign so we can get more unity as well. Sure, nothing wrong with us trying to make the entire population afraid. Our crew aboard the Starseer Jalsiba reports that Menship B shipwreck appears to have been the result of an unexpected geomagnetic solar storm. The supply ship suffered a complete loss of life support and sustained inoperable damage, drifting until it entered the gravity well. There are no survivors. The ship's cargo hold does indeed contain a notable amount of minerals. They are our neighbours. We don't really need 300 minerals. And getting 10 intel doesn't help us, but getting influence does. So we'll not risk an altercation. We'll return the minerals.
New truths have been revealed.
Hey, we could do gas harvesting, exotic gas capture. Right. New research? Ooh. These are some pretty options. A lot of them are very expensive. For now, let's go for destroyers. It's going to take a while to get them. We're going to get everything eventually.
We build.
And I should queue you up to get that. And there was the other one down there. Are there any others in the area? No, those are the only ones. Let's get all the mining stations in this system. Our economy is looking really good at the moment. Incoming transmission from the Zarfatu entity. Sealed doors, we've received word of our downed supply ship's cargo. We'd like to extend our gratitude to you for taking the time to recover it without the need for our intervention. That's giving us 100 influence. That's a lot more. And 1 favour. Filthy Xenos. We will defeat them eventually. But right now we'll keep them on side. At slightly hostile. Another archaeological site event. And the fossilized remains. Continued excavations near the hunting lodge have provided more details. Balgorum and the Valley of Macvel specifically served as a hunting reserve for the ruling warrior class of an interstellar, politely known as the Retarax domain. The Retarax, a predatory avian species, periodically collected random individuals from the many subjugated alien civilizations under their rule. These aliens were then hunted down and killed in the wilderness of Macvel. According to the rituals that govern the Retarax society, this tradition lasted several centuries, until the domain eventually succumbed to an undefined outside threat. That is interesting. So we've got hunting trophies. Well, that's just going to give space fauna cloning speed. We'll keep this rather than selling it immediately because our traditions will let us sell it for more. It is a rare, and our traditions, I think, will also boost up the effectiveness of all of our things by having rares, but eventually we're going to replace it with something. In the meantime, carry on excavating. Our away team's investigation of the Chosen One on Qualak 1 has revealed their true identity. A post-Racket caravaneer is masquerading as a central figure of the Albanian mythology, having descended from the stars. Further exploration of the planet has revealed their crashed and inoperable ship hidden in an inaccessible valley some distance away from the capital. Based on the dated model of the hyperdrives, they've been here for some time. Since becoming marooned, they appear to have been using the local superstition to their advantage. They happily accept veneration and praise from the locals, having been installed as their ruler full of celestial knowledge. If left unchecked, the charlatan's presence on the planet will likely have heavy consequences for the developing society. It might be best to intervene. Let's offer to rescue them. We can always then expose them afterwards. We are down to 44 available jobs complete on our homeworld. This is good. We don't have unified field theory, so switching over to various supports aren't going to help us much. But it does mean that we are going to max out our test subjects, which is good for the homeworld. The Franca system has been fully surveyed. That is down here. Oh yes, with the weird ocean world. We do need to claim that system. We've got enough influence that once you're done building those, you can come and get that. And then we will be able to research it. In the meantime, you've got other places to be going on to. Ships are upgrading quite nicely. I expect our neighbour's military power is still bigger than ours, yeah. Lost to bureaucracy. Due to a major clerical error, parts of Virik Morg have fallen behind in infrastructure maintenance and accommodations services. The people live in rather bleak conditions and will not tolerate it for long. Remedying these problems will cost us time and effort. So Virik Morg is one of our new colonies. We're definitely going to invest in this area. As a developing colony, we want to make sure that... Oh, Sildor Illustratum. I need to check our species types. Oh, they're the marked. We have so many different types. So all the pre-sapient ones are effectively in the nascent stage. 12 variants. It's a shame we can't remove unneeded ones. And what's the difference between Transilder and Silder Illustratum? They're basically the same thing. Well, we can't do genetic engineering to move people between them, so yeah. The Illustratum have that marked on them as far as like, well, actually no, the Transilder also has it. Back to what we were doing before. So I was checking Virik Morg. The population does have some pre-sapients. So it is growing, it's just it's growing relatively slowly. We have the next tradition available, so we can either allow excavating of archaeological sites out in the black, or we can start moving down the other side. I think we'll get ourselves a random xenogeology specimen and move our science ships a little faster. And it's given us striated sand. It's giving us a little bit more minerals from mining jobs. It's not many, but it's better than nothing.
Forces upgraded.
I'm gonna
Exploration complete.
I'm gonna buy some energy credits, and we do have enough influence, and we're gaining it fast enough that. What's to be our fate? Monumentous query, no less poignant for being asked by so many before you. So it's going to cost us 1,500 energy credits, and it's going to cost us 50 resources, but it's going to improve their opinion of us. So we shall pay. The shroud shivers, it speaks without voice, and all voices in once. The infinite strands of time that extend from this moment now enter into confluence. Here in this place, the path ahead grows clear. The rite of divination has begun. Okay, they're going to commune with the shroud on our behalf. Our rapid strike fleet has been upgraded. We can get more ships though, so let's get a few more. That still leaves us enough coming in, yeah. Let's get 4 more. There's the Tsura system
A new path lies
has
before
been
us.
fully surveyed. It looks like they've claimed this system, so we're going to say survey here, and then survey here, and survey here. We might need to gradually move around them. Before we engage with this, you've got plans for what you're doing. You're already busy. Yeah, it is going to have to be up here. There's no rush for us to take this system just yet. So we'll queue it up just as soon as we get the alloys. Right, the change foretold by the Shroud Witches has arrived. After an unexpected spike in psionic fluctuations, the Starseer Calpoinum was lost to the Shroud. Rising up like great rippling wave, the space-time itself curled over the ship. For several seconds afterwards, it continued to transmit telemetry. This included a garbled recording of the crew, their bodies shifting from moment to moment, distorted into strange new forms. Since then, an afterimage, or ghost of the vessel, has fleetingly appeared throughout the sector. Studying the phenomenon should allow us to better understand the fate of the ship and its crew. That is interesting. So that's the Starseer Calponium that it's talking about.
A new path lies before us.
So that's giving us a new event for the Sign of the Locust. So will the shroud of space around you take on new forms? Tread carefully but boldly and consider what marvels may lie on the path ahead. There we go. Strange afterimage available. Oh, yeah, it's our science ship that was down here. It's gone. Right, change of plan. Come and research that. And then we'll head back. Our array team was able to gain a private audience with the Chosen One of Balak 1 and offered them our services in repairing their ship and returning them to space. Post-Racket was all too eager to accept the offer, explaining that they'd been mistakenly received as a god after becoming stranded and had lived in fear of being harmed if unmasked ever since. Having transported them to our research post and repaired their ship, the grateful traveller gifted us with a large portion of their vessel's inventory before bidding us farewell. The ensuing power vacuum created by their departure triggered a brief but brutal struggle between various religious sects, which has now subsided. Hey, that's a lot of consumer goods. And a lot of energy credits. I am happy with that. I am worried about our ship that has vanished. I'm glad it wasn't this one up here. Well, that's given us 1,000 consumer goods. And we are rapidly running through these various development things. Back on our capital, we are a bit low on available goods. And you're a generator world. You're an urban world. We should probably consider actually pivoting this one into a mining world. While we do have the generators there, so that we sorted out our money problem, with more potential mining districts, I think it would be better for you to be a mining world. Or we have a mini mining world over here. In fact, no, you're better off as an agriculture world. It's not actually listing the technician jobs. Because no one is taking them. Because it's all specialists. Okay, well, in that case, let's replace the generator district with a mining district. Not with a mining district, with an agriculture district. That's what I was going to do. And we're going to turn this into a factory world, but also a farming world. Potentially, we will have some mining districts as well down the line. Just so that we're not running foul of trade deficits. Okay, you're building relatively fast. We can queue up the starbase now, so let's do that. I need you over here fast. Unfortunately, fast is not a thing we really do. Okay, population is growing. Over in the fossilized remains, archaeologists excavating the hunting lodge have stumbled upon several references to a legendary Ratarax warrior known only as the Huntress. She was apparently their most efficient killer, renowned throughout the domain for having personally butchered thousands of aliens at Markvale. It's unclear whether this is based on fact or fiction, but according to Ratarax's legend, the Huntress was killed somewhere inside the valley, when she was outwitted by the alien prey she was pursuing. She was supposedly wielding the fabled Blade of the Huntress at the time. Well, if we can find that, I'm sure we can exhibit it somewhere. Let's proclaim a religious revelation and also superiority.
Another eye has opened.
And we have fusion power researched. That's going to allow us to potentially upgrade our ships, make them a bit better. Ooh, let me just check something. Our current experimentation chambers, yeah, 100 of each. So this would be an upgrade. If we get exotic materials lab, we can do upgrades to the experimentation complex, and that would give us more potential test subjects. It's not a bad move. We don't need basic combat roles at the moment. Yeah, let's get the exotic materials lab. Our population is up to 6.3k, so it is growing. And as soon as we can start abducting from the Albantians, we'll be able to give it a little bit of a boost. So you're on your way to research that strange afterimage. As a counselor, you're not really doing archaeology. Oh, but that would affect all archaeology across everywhere. And it does affect scientist experience gain. So yeah, Archivist 2, carry on with that. you're actually pretty close to having that research in place. And our person surveying in Ongatha has leveled up. Giving you observant could be cool. Just for us seeing what's coming. Slippery would also be cool, but...
Life.
There we
in
go.
the stars.
So we've got some Tiankies. An arid world over there. Yeah, we definitely want to take Ngatha as soon as possible.
Another eye has opened.
Colonial centralization. This is going to allow us to upgrade our capital and obviously get more leaders. Next up, I think we'll go with eco simulation. It's 8 months, not long to get. It's going to give us a boost to our food. You know what, as soon as you're done with the current job, just go straight away and build the starbase there, because we're going to want to pivot really quickly. Because we can come back and we can do this bit later. Right, upgrades. Capital building. So this is going to give more housing, more amenities, more potential corporate buildings, more planetary defense armies. A few more enforcer jobs. Overall, it's just going to make the capital better. You've still got so many jobs available right now.
The conclave is prepared to convene.
Mind over matter is no longer on cooldown. And we'll just carry on with our current agendas. 17 months until we can push archivism a bit further. And the particle storm has left an aftermath much the same as the other one. We're getting some moats, we're getting reduced minerals. Most of our minerals don't come from the planet, so that's not too bad. We're going to end up with a lot of moats, though. Now, our rapid strike fleet. If we go into the ship designer, with our new reactor, we can switch the shields over. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Save that design. Same for the frigate. We won't do the specific upgrade just yet. Oh, is the storm's passed? Oh, it's moving into their territory. That's a little funny. Potentially we're going to lose Unity because of this. At which point, yeah, I'll upgrade the fleet. Get it all repaired. Research proposal. Our scientists on the observation post above Qualiquan have requested a science ship to help them gather specimens from the planet's surface for the purpose of research. They'd like to covertly abduct some of the unenlightened and perform tests on them. They will then be safely returned to the surface with their memories erased. I'm very happy to do this. It'll help us understand them better.
A new path lies before us.
You've got a few places left to get there. Let's move on in so we're ready. This is not a timed project, so we can wait until later to do it. You're looking at the strange after image. Cool. I think we've got people in places for everything that we need right now. Our science ship's only got one more thing to survey. This one, I think, is going to have a few to survey. Our experimental research has been a success, and we got 9%, which means it was maxed out on each of those buildings. So we will have lost some people, but 9% on artificial workforce. It moves us forward to carry on with engineering research.
Our knowledge expands.
Research is done into eco-simulation. That's giving us a boost to our food. Next up, I don't think frequency tuning is really going to work for us. Let's go for food processing. It's cheap. It'll get things done. Incoming
Forces upgraded.
Transmission from the Curator Order. Greetings, Star Travelers. We are the Curators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by various galactic powers in ascendancy at the time. We're dedicated to the preservation of all knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into yet another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we're no less committed to our sacred mission than our predecessors were. We're willing to share some of our knowledge with you for a price. Alright, we will definitely contact them. So, Curator Order, Diplomacy. Can you aid our research? That is cheap. We would like to purchase this service. Research speed plus 5%. And their opinion goes up. Can you assist with our collection? Tell us more about aesthetic wonders. We can get plans for the Hollow museums. Those have museum curators, but we'd need a specific planet for that. What else do you have to offer? We can't recruit scientists yet. We could ask Mysteries of the Universe and find out where things are, but we'll find them probably by just going around and navigating.
A new body is fully known.
Great, take it. And we will carry on. Zarfatu. This feels like it's gone down a bit. Fleet power is overwhelming, which I don't like. Okay, we've received information that you've built a grand archive capable of supporting attendance on a massive scale. This is a commendable initiative in sharing the galaxy's history with all who seek such knowledge. We share common goals in this respect. We're interested in helping you pursue this endeavour, continue to expand your collection, and we will in turn offer support however we can. Okay, they like us just because we've got our grand archive. It's entirely selfish.
Construction complete.
And construction's being completed whereabouts? Ah, down here. That's the last of the exotic gases that we were getting. Well, we do have other systems that we could potentially push through, but before we do that, I would want a direction so we're correctly targeting where we move. For now, this area is likely to flesh out, but that could be done slowly over time. Stay on the edge over here, I guess. And let's actually, you know what? Let's make this into a proper sector down here. We'll do it with Veric Mag. That's in management. Veric Mag because it's a little further away from the others, so we can still end up going 1, 2, 3, 4 should we end up building anything up there. So create a new sector. That covers all of this area. And that Veric Mog sector. Is that actually put you in charge of it? That's the question I have. No, it hasn't. Okay. There we go. That's better. How's your research going? 85% through this after image. Ooh. Suspect plot uncovered. Our operatives in the Albanasian civilization have uncovered a suspect evidence that the Zarfatu entity mean to deceive us in the near future. How have they managed to do that? We have no exact details of the apparent scheme yet, but it looks to involve manipulating our existing relationships, undermining agreements of trust, and our very way of life. Spymeister Fedorek advises caution, however, as the ease by which we came across this information is fairly suspect. This potential outrage cannot be tolerated. Yeah, let's drop our opinion of them, but get some unity, because that unity allows us to push forwards with archivism. You've still got plenty of places there, so do mining stations for the moment. I would like to know whether that arid world is worth taking.
Task complete.
We have a couple of things. First up, the ship lost to the Shroud. We have an update on the science vessel lost to the Shroud. The after image that's been appearing throughout the system is not the ship itself. Instead, our scientists describe it as a conceptual object. Possessing no dimensions, the ship as concept exists as a psionic blueprint. Depending on the mental state of the observer, the ship's form will stutter and change. While studying the phenomenon has helped us better understand the connections between perception and space-time, we're no closer to retrieving the original ship. For now, we must consider it lost to the Shroud. Well, seeing as you're here, you may as well do some surveying in the area. We don't know how far along this we're going to be. There's a lot of stuff that is going on with us at the moment. Still, we are making progress on a lot of them. So we carry on.
Something disturbs the pattern.
Science ship Xenophobe has actually finished that archaeology site. Let's see what that is. In the fossilized remains, after painstakingly combing through the valley for any trace of the legendary huntress, archaeologists were finally able to pinpoint her last resting place. A fossilized skeleton was found locked in battle with the remains of a large horned anthropoid, with her claws still clasping the hilt of a perfectly preserved sword. This must be the blade of the huntress. The weapon is composed of an unknown material and is sharp enough to cut straight through our strongest armor. Ooh, that's a relic. So that relic, we can activate for 3000 unity, and it would improve sublight speed for 25%. That's not much, but the passive effects are nice. Diplomatic weight up, planet sensor range up, and army morale up. So happy to have that. Let's move you on to the next archaeological dig site, which is going to be down here, actually. We'll go for this one. We're going to leave the rubricator for a while. So with the site finished, we have an anomaly up here. I'm going to leave it for right now because time is of the essence with our surveying, but we will definitely come back and investigate that. Starbase is being finished. Let's build the mining stations here, which means you can come back and research the projects and find out what's going on with that strange ocean. I wonder where our ship has ended up. It has actually dropped down our leader numbers. So they're gone. Like someone's just cut them straight out of the universe.
Task complete.
With the enactment of the planetary decision on Starseer Jalsiba, a research team will be placed in orbit to study the strange sea presence at a safe distance. Science Officer Chuparek has expressed some regret at being unable to further study the mysterious entity she helped discover, but she's willing to accept her current assignment as taking precedence over personal interests. So that planet has living sea study as an ongoing thing. But the ship is done. Okay, cool. So survey. If we were to terraform this, it's very expensive to turn it into a desert world. So we're not going to do that. We do have the money to potentially do one of the others, should we wish to. You've still got a lot to do over here.
A voice reaches out.
We have a caravan fleet from the New Mystic Order. Come, Sildors, drink from the New Mystic Well of Wealth and thirst no more. What are you offering? Behold, our most trusted guard ship. She was chosen by the goddess herself. I mean, getting a cruiser is not a terrible thing to do. It's quite expensive, though. I'm going to say not interested. I don't think it's bad, like, gaining a cruiser, but I'm not really willing to spend 2,500 on it. So, not interested. Next up, negotiations for our new leader are underway. How much would it cost us to just keep the status quo? I mean, it wouldn't be terrible if you switched over to something else. Yeah, we'll abstain. And Merg Cup has been elected. That means we've got some changes to happen. We have an open council position. That is going to be our previous leader, Ilmus Peck. As experimentation overseer, that seems fine. It does mean that Ilmus Peck needs to be assigned. Oh, unshrouded science ship. Science ship as concept. Chuparek. Have you appeared again? Yes. Right, we'll deal with that in a second. That's the one that we need our overseer on. Unfortunately, it's in the middle of archaeology. Our archaeologist has decided to become a ruler. These things happen. Let's deal with the final form. So, our missing science vessel, once thought lost to the Shroud forever, has suddenly reappeared. Although the dimensions of the ship have been subtly altered, the vessel and its crew are in good shape. Describing their experience in the Shroud as something akin to a strange fragmentary dream, over time the crew was able to forge a shared concept of themselves and their environment. As their individual perceptions began to align, the crew inched ever closer to our reality. In effect, they've succeeded in dreaming themselves back into existence. Welcome back. I'm curious how the ship compares. It's got cloaking, which the other ships don't have. It has no armor. Can I see the components on this ship? Yes, I can. Psionic shields. Impulse thrusters. Tachyon sensors. This is quite different. If I select both of you, we can't look at the individuals. Okay. A side jump drive. That means we can jump past stuff. Psi-phase field generator. Having no armor is definitely going to be worrisome. But this has got the potential to allow us to really get around places and do things. Let's jump over here. Oh, we can jump far as well. And then we'll just carry on surveying for now. Okay, well, we are beyond time for this episode, so we'll have to pick up the First Contact event next time. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Stellaris. See you soon.